What Trend Micro is looking at is the sexiest solutions around for providing end-to-end security capability and really managing the risk associated with going to the new environments, your virtualization, your cloud, looking at how you're looking at interfacing with your endpoints, your end devices. This just gives us a brief overview of some of the solutions that we've got. I'm going to be focusing today on three, which is the deep security, secure cloud, and moving slowly into the consumerization or bring your own device space. The problem that we've come across, particularly in the virtualization world, is that the old method of antivirus simply does not work. It doesn't scale. When you start getting into multiple VMs and large numbers of VM clusters on physical servers, you end up with AV storms, you end up with how do you deploy new VMs without being insecure? What do you do with dormant VMs? How do you manage to keep those up to date? And things like resource contention, resource overhead, the size of the pattern files increasing time after time after time. So the old school method of addressing the security in the virtual environment simply does not work. So what Trend Micro has done over the last few years has been working extensively with partners like VMware, and we're the first to market with an agentless anti-malware solution, which allows a single appliance, a virtual appliance running on your physical hardware, interfacing through your vSphere, and it provides security to each of the virtual machines that you have on your host machines. With this, you get better consolidation. We're seeing a 35% increase in consolidation in the number of VMs you can host on a physical server. We're seeing improved performance, less contention, improved manageability, and stronger security. This is a mature product and doesn't only do anti-malware, it also does intrusion detection, it does virtual patching, vulnerability shielding, and a range of other solutions, which we can come and talk to us at the stand afterwards. In the VDI world, the problem just gets worse. You're talking at having a huge degree of virtual desktops integrated onto single host to get the performance and the outcomes and the ROI that you've been looking for. What Trend has done with the virtual appliance, and we have some third-party figures here, we're seeing a 3 times performance in terms of the consolidation, the number of VMs you can host on a single server. And that's not us saying it, we actually have some real live customers in that situation. To give you an example, we have a New Zealand customer who's rolled out 6,000 VDIs in virtual desktops. Now, without the security or any security solution, the maximum that they could host on any single blade was 170 servers, 170 virtual desktops. Now, implementing security, that number fell off to the point that it was going to be the cost of increased number of servers that they had to purchase. So with the deep security option that we put in place, we ended up getting to 160 desktops per blade, and at the end of the day, the capex was less than they would have had to spend with the other solution in terms of additional server capacity to be able to host the number of desktops that they were after. And the OPEX was also a lot less as well. So these are real world solutions, and we're actually seeing real term outcomes in terms of these. Deep Security 8, we do have an agent-based solution as well. We integrate with Citrix, Zen, and we also with Hyper-V. And it also allows us to migrate VMs by putting an agent onto the VM itself. Again, it's a very low footprint, very high performance, and it allows you to actually migrate your VMs into private clouds, public clouds, hybrid clouds, as you see fit. With Secure Cloud, we now also have the ability to provide solutions that a number of customers have come to us against. If you're looking at hosting data offshore and in the cloud, you don't necessarily know where the cloud is. It may be anywhere. So the issues around jurisdiction, who owns the data, who has access to that data? How do you know that your cloud provider is actually providing the security that you need in terms of partitioning your data from anybody else's? How do you stop other people from accessing your data? With deep security and with the secure cloud processes, we can actually provide a patented system of key management and encryption of your data, which allows you to have full confidence that you own the data, nobody else can access it, and you can defeat any of the other security issues that your vendors may or may not have. So it's a very strong solution. I'll touch very briefly on mobile security. How many people are facing the issue of users wanting to bring in their own device, BYOD? There's a lot out there. We are seeing this a hell of a lot, and it is a big deal. The business benefits are fantastic, but the risks are also there as well. What happens when you lose your phone? You've got all your emails, your business emails on there. Your end users are browsing sites where they may not get infected. There are malware sites out there for the mobility space. You've got tablets, you've got smartphones, you've got all sorts of plethora of devices where you want to be able to extend your capability out to these devices. It's a matter of it's not a matter of if you're going to do this, it's a matter of when and how. So we've come up, the way we look at it is consumerisation. We have a mobile strategy and a set of mobile suite products that integrate with the rest of our security suites that allow you to do this in a way that manages your risk and achieves the outcome that you're after. And the way we look at it is to don't necessarily allow everything to connect, but form a strategy. Work out how you're going to do it. Say yes to this. It's going to happen. It is a business driver. It is something that is happening in almost every environment that we've come across so far, but manage it, control it. Look at what data you want to share, how you want to control your devices, how you want to manage your end users. And then look at an enterprise class infrastructure that manages any device. And we have solutions that work with everything from Android to Symbian through to Windows CE, through to iOS, pretty much every suite that's out there. And does everything from remote access wiping, remote strong passwords, encryption of data, remote wiping, effectively all the controls that you need to manage your risk and to be able to deliver the business outcomes that you're after. And that's the large focus of where we're heading with Trend, is staying ahead of the game and actually focusing on delivering you real business outcomes while managing your risk at the same time. And that was just a very quick overview, and that's me.